All right. You know what time it is. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. You know him as a dope actor, Kevin D. Bitten. 360 twice jam, how he keep winning. And you know the baddest actress, Nikee Warren. She so bad you walking past, she had you speaking foreign. If you ain't tuning in, this your reality check. You might miss out on your favorite star celebrity guest. When they celebrate, what you do? You get the bell, yeah. During Kevin's corner, get inspired and encouraged, yeah. Bend them corners while you listen, but don't swerve. Find out what's getting on Nikee nerves. What's bothering Nikee? What's bothering Nick? What's bothering Nikee? What's bothering Nick? Keep on playing. Me and Kevin goons and we gon' get you hit. Yo, check us out on social media. In your mobile phone, we everywhere. You ever stations played out like a ringtone. Follow me like Bino R-E-M-E-Y. Bino Remy. Pop like Simi. And my flow hotter. Thick as semi. Been doing this since I scraped up pennies. But back to the subject, Kevin, Nikee.
All right. So we are back. We are back for another exciting show, another exciting episode, another exciting week of the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. I'm actor Kevin D. Bedford.
And I'm actress Nikee Warren.
And we are back. Nick, we back.
Yes, we are back.
We are back. In full effect, we are back. We always back in full effect.
I know.
It always got to be full effect. You know what I mean? It got to be full effect. You know what I mean?
I know.
So, yeah.
That's the funny part about it.
I know, right? So, yeah, it's always a lot going on in the world. You know, we just got through the inauguration. We're kind of dealing with inauguration aftermath. So there's always a lot going on, a lot to talk about in the world. And so, you know, some people were saying that, you know, they really enjoyed the inauguration. Some people were saying that they didn't. Some people were saying that it could have been better. But nonetheless, it is in the past, and, you know, the new is in. And so, man, I'm going to tell you, I read something on Facebook in one of the actors' groups, and it was something to the effect that they were saying that Trump was going to get, it appeared to be a word that represented being put out or kicked out, or I don't know if I want to say banned from SAG-AFTRA.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I want to, before I, you know, give too many comments on it, I want to, you know, do a little bit more research, but, you know, just from, and I know you can't judge a book by its cover, you can't judge a story by its title, but it was kind of plainly put that he was going to be, you know, kicked out of or banned from SAG-AFTRA. And so, yeah, I didn't get a chance to read the story, so I don't want to make too many comments on it, but I'm just like, you know, from second impeachment to, you know, this new and developing stories, and they're kind of course, there are a lot more developing stories. I'm just like, this is just not a good look, man. And my whole thing is, you know, and I'm not relishing in any of this. My whole thought process, man, is that the country can just heal. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. that the country can heal no matter what your political affiliation is, that the country can heal. But, Nick, I just have to say this, and I want to get your thoughts on this. You know, when we used to talk about sports, you know what I mean, if sports had you kicking the dog at home, and if the Eagles lost and you taking it out on your wife or your husband, you know, that to me that says that your life is out of balance. Something is definitely out of balance. You know what I'm saying?
It's out of order. Yeah.
It's out of order.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, something's out of order. And equally so, you know, we have our political affiliation, but if it's got folks to the point where you're kicking the dog, you know, you taking it out on your husband, your wife, your children, storming the Capitol, resulting to violence, it's something out of balance. And I just don't feel that our country is mature enough to handle subject matter and topics such as religion and politics. It seems like they just always cause a train wreck. And I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that. You know, it just seems like our country is out of balance. Like I said, I'm just thinking we just got to get it back in balance in terms of getting even kill. Let's get back to serving the people. Let's get back to, you know, those values, those core values that our country stood for, you know?
And you're correct. It's out of order. It's out of balance. The love is off. Everything is completely off. And it's no secret why it's off. It's no secret why it's off. Never in the history of America have you heard, well, in my time, I think history says they've done it before, but that was a long time ago, before I was born. But never have you heard of people storming the Capitol or people being allowed to storm the Capitol. Now, it's not like it was back then before we were born. Okay, you're storming the Capitol. We didn't have a whole bunch of – we had the military and different things going on back then, but it probably wasn't as strong as it is now. But now, in today's time, you should not even be allowed to step your foot on the grass.
You
should not be allowed to do that. You had people scaling the darn wall like they were Spider-Man. Walking into the Capitol, sitting on Nancy Pelosi's desk, walking around with the podium, and there's a it's going on around social media where there's a young lady who was a part of storming the Capitol, and she was one of the ones that was in Nancy Pelosi's office. She did something in the office, and she got out on probation. She got out on probation, but then there was another guy who did something else, and this dude had to go to jail. It is truly a difference between black and white. It is. It's no sugarcoating it. Everybody can see it. It is truly a white America, and it's truly a black America. You can see that. Everybody can see that. Everybody can see that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can see it. It's evident how white people are treated and how black people are treated. It's evident. You can see it. So this country has got to be put back together. Joe Biden has won. Kamala Harris has won. Okay, now it's time to pick up the pieces and sew this country back together like we said last week and keep it moving. And keep it moving. Now, anytime you hear of someone, the commander-in-chief, being kicked out twice, impeached twice, come on. Twice. And from what I understand, they are moving forward, although he's not in office. They're moving forward. They're not letting this go. Let me tell you, they are taking that storming of the Capitol very seriously. They are not letting that go. They are not letting that go, and they're saying that he's going to have to pay for that. Not only him, but all of those people who allowed them people to storm the Capitol and all of the people who stormed the Capitol. They're not letting this go. They're not letting it go. They're not, and people are demanding justice for that Capitol. Okay, but here's the thing: if you can demand justice for the Capitol, then you can demand justice for all those people who lost their lives in Black Lives Matter.
You see
what I'm saying? You can demand justice for that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that was some of the gripe of, African Americans, and I was, like I said, listening to, some of the NBA players and them giving their feedback and in terms of what they witnessed and how it affects, like kind of what you said, like how Caucasian people are treated differently than African Americans. And, Jaylen Brown from the Celtics, many other, Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat, they were speaking out and they were saying, hey, it's just so evident right now, the difference between how African Americans are treated and Caucasians are treated. And it's like everybody can see this is a shame. And, it's just a difference. And it's just where we are. And it's, like I said, like we said last week on the show, if you don't see, we really can't help you at this point. You know what I mean? And we probably would be wasting our time, trying to have a conversation with someone that doesn't see, because there's a good chance they're just not going to see. And, we just really need to get back to, the foundation of love and peace and unity. And I like what Joe Biden said. He said, even if you didn't vote for me, I'll be your president. He was cracking me up. I'll still be your president. Yeah, he did say that.
Guess who else said that?
Who said that?
Obama.
Yeah, he sure did.
Obama said the same exact thing. He said, and if you didn't vote for me, I'm your president too. Yes, he did. Obama said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And, and I just kind of think, like I said, when it resorts to people calling folks names and all kinds of stuff, it's just, we're out of balance, and folks really need to just take a step back and need to do some introspection and just assess their behavior, assess their role in terms of am I contributing to peace and harmony and unity, or am I contributing to confusion and negativity and things like that? But, I mean, just putting it like it is, that was not a peaceful protest. And then, like you said, when Black Lives Matter was peacefully protesting, it was tear gas and, the National Guard and things like that. And so, and it's kind of one of them things that when African Americans, we as African Americans point this out, it's kind of like other races, and not just Caucasian, but other races, they started like, here they go again. Here they go with the race card. But if we're not pulling a race card, we're seeing differentiation. We're seeing differentiation, and we're feeling that differentiation. And, if we're all created equal, then we all should be treated equally as well. So, yeah, we're hoping that, we can go from today on and just, move forward, and just get back to the basics, get back to the people, because government really is about serving the people. It really is about serving the people and serving all people equally and just. So, that's the aftermath of that, is still buzzing, and this is still buzzing post MLK Day, which was to be expected. And as Martin Luther King would say, hey, we've come up, we're not where we need to be, but we've come a long way. But the long way that we've come, while we're thankful and grateful for that, we still got a long way to go. In terms of race relations, in terms of political, perspectives and context of how we treat people and relate to our country, we got a long way to go, man.
Yeah. And then I heard on the news that someone, I don't know if it was in Philadelphia, I don't know where it was, but someone went and shot up one of the offices that Biden used when he was doing his campaigning. One of the campaign offices, they went and shot it up. Yeah. And people were like, we know why this is happening, because Biden is now the president. He is the 46th president. Kamala Harris is the 49th vice president. So we know why this is happening. You have the Trump supporters running around shooting up all of the campaign offices that Biden was using. We know why this is happening. And see, so what you going to do about that? You know what I mean? What you going to do about that? You want to sweep that under the rug like that didn't happen?
Right. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, I remember last year, we reported what happened at, the Limber Boulevard Plaza in Philadelphia. We got the video, and we put on YouTube. That was around the time when, George Floyd, was killed, and, there were the riots going on and the looting and all that stuff. And, we covered the story at the Plaza in Limber Boulevard up in the Eastwick section of Philadelphia. They tore it down, tore it apart. They did everything except burn it down. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody want to take a look at that footage, you can go on actor Kevin D. Benton YouTube channel, and, you'll see that video. And so, of course, we've seen the National Guard up at the Plaza and all these things when various different verdicts were going to go forth in terms of what police officer going to be held accountable or not. They're making a decision today, and they were just pre-prepared with the National Guard and all this sort of stuff, but yet they were dragging their feet to the Capitol. We see the difference. And then the day before the inauguration, because, I wanted to go back and check things out back up at the Limber Boulevard Plaza just to scope things out, see how things were going to be dealt with, and they boarded the whole plaza up again. But it wasn't no rioting, no looting, or no vandalism and things like that. And my guess, my educated guess would be it was African American community, and African Americans was kind of sitting this one out because this one wasn't our fight. But they boarded everything up. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. That's right. So America and all the other countries finally got a chance to see the other side. Yeah. What happens when the other side do it? Finally got a chance to see. And everybody and all of the other countries are talking about how they let them people storm that Capitol like that.
Yeah.
And didn't do nothing. How?
Yeah.
And everybody is saying, not only from the United States, but all the other countries, if it was black people that were doing it, they all would have been shot and killed.
Yeah. But without
hesitation, everybody is saying the same exact thing. So everybody is seeing it now.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, something has to be done. Something has to be done. It really does. This is listen, let me tell you something. This is the craziest time, the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything like this before. And it's one of them things, something got to be done. Something has to be done. So now Biden and Kamala, they're in office, and they are working swiftly, as T.I. says, expeditiously to put this country back together. Expeditiously. They're working expeditiously to put this country back together. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to talk about it in the news. They ain't wasting no time either.
I got you. Yeah, I can't wait to hear that one. Yeah, man. So this is definitely a time to just do introspection, assess your mindset, assess your heart set. Where am I at in this equation? Am I contributing to peace and love? Am I contributing to confusion and hate? Because it's going to be one or the other. But then you have your people in the middle. They don't really care. They're just indifferent as well. But, you have people that are out here, doing these various different things, and sadly enough, they don't feel like they're doing anything wrong. They feel like this is justified. They feel like this is justified to destroy and to do these various different things. And I just kind of wonder sometimes how people sleep at night. How do you stand in front of your children? I think you hit on that with what's bothering Nikee about how are you explaining this to your children about how both sides are being treated? How can you, stand in front of your innocent children who are going to be shaped by, our modeling and think that this is okay, Because our children are watching this on the news and, should they be like, oh, there goes Daddy scaling the wall. Man, I'm proud of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's a time of assessment, man. It really, really is. And what are we projecting? What are we modeling? And as you said, America is on display right now. We are on display. We're being exposed, and a lot of eyes are opening as mouths hit the floor. And for the first time in a long, long time, black people are not the negative center of the conversation. And, so we need to get back to the basics.
We need to get back to that. We do. Mm-hmm. We do. Mm-hmm. And so now we got the people in office who are going to, possibly do that. Mm-hmm. So, like I said last week, they need prayer. Just keep them in prayer.
Yeah.
They need prayer.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, in, continuous news, we still have the pandemic that we're dealing with. And to my understanding, President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are, attacking that in terms of just trying to do the best they can to, get these numbers to, reasonable numbers, get these numbers down, these cases. As we know, California shut down. We're scheduled to film in California, this year, and we are longing, fiending to get back on set and do what we do and live out our passion and continue to live out our dreams. But stuff is on pause, stuff is on hold. So while we got all this other nonsense going on, people are still dying and cases are still going on with the coronavirus. And so it just seems like the beat continues. And the thing that we got to keep in mind is the other stuff didn't go away, like cancer, the flu, incident, accident. That stuff didn't go away either,
Yeah.
So,
But the crazy part about it is that you don't hear nothing about that. You don't hear anything about anyone, passing away from cancer or anything like that. Everything has been the virus. Everything. That's where everything is now.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just crazy. And we lost last year 400,000 people. 400.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And that's that's crazy. 400,000 people, and it's still going.
Yeah.
Still going.
And that. In addition to, people are still trying to recover their businesses from being shut down, joblessness, homelessness. There's so much going on in the world, and like I said, this is definitely a time to demonstrate love, to pray one for another, to encourage and inspire and motivate, because it is just so needed. It's definitely so needed.
It really is needed. It really is needed. It really is. It's just one of them things where you just want to put this behind and just keep on going.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Well, we're going to keep it short and sweet. So without that, without further saying it, and without further ado, it is now time for the many adventures of Kevin and Nikee. All right, Nick. Yeah. Well, lady first.
Well, I've just been. We're still waiting. We're still waiting.
Yeah.
We're still, trying to keep ourselves motivated while we're waiting, which is very important. Keep yourself motivated while you're waiting for things to take off, things to open up. Yeah. We're still waiting, still applying, and that's what I've been doing, still waiting, still applying, still, keep trying to keep myself motivated, this time, because we live in front of the camera. We live in front of the camera, and when you are not where you live, it can have some effects. So, just trying to keep myself motivated, keep myself busy, still writing and different things like that. I did get some good news. Well, we'll see how it panned out, but I did get some good news where one of the directors that we've been waiting on are going to try to get us back in front of that camera by March.
Okay.
So that lifts my spirits, and that lifts my spirits a bit. I did some extra push-ups because of that. But with this pandemic going on, you never know.
Yeah.
But we're still waiting, and still working out and different things like that. So that's pretty much where I have been and what I've been doing. What's going on with you?
Same thing. Just staying on my lines for the project that we do have coming up. Of course, I'm always trying to improve our brand in terms of our show to make it more worldwide than it already is worldwide, and our acting brands and things like that. But like you said, just continuing to work out, stay healthy, stay in shape, stay safe, stay sanitize and stay out the way, and just stand on those lines that we for those projects that we got coming up, and staying ready, and and still applying, of course, and staying positive. I think you said it best, just staying motivated, staying positive. And, I just would say, I think that there is a sense from everyone that, I think we're all to some degree, should I say, waiting for that announcement, on television, that wishful thinking that the president is going to go on TV with a special report and say, hey, the pandemic is over, life can resume as normal, and now, back to your regularly scheduled program already in progress. We're kind of waiting for that, you know what I mean? But in the meantime, from an acting standpoint, from the actor, staying ready, staying prepared, stand on your line, stand on the grind, in the way that we can, given all things. But from the director's standpoint, I think it's going to boil down to accepting that this is the new normal, and how do I prepare moving forward in lieu of the new normal, where I can have a production that is safe, that is in line with CDC guidelines, and we still keep filming. Because, we've had many guests on the show, who have shared with us. We had Sabrina, who is doing it big in China and Asia and in America. We had Bridget Smith, who talked about how they had to revamp their marketing plan due to the pandemic. Hey, this thing may never be over no time soon. So these are all things that, directors and writers and producers and actors and actresses have to start thinking about. What's going to be the plan B in connection to the new normal with the pandemic, or am I going to try to wait it out? Well, if we try to wait it out, what happens if this thing go on for another 2-3 years? You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Yeah. And so, it's going to cause for some strategizing, going back into the strategizing room, going back to the drawing board, with our teams, and trying to see how can we move forward. There are a lot of productions that are figuring it out up in New York. We had projects here that were filmed recently in Philly that was Netflix projects that they have figured out the process, or figured out how to implement a safety plan. And I think that's the key right now for all of us, is how can we implement a safety plan that allows us to continue to get in front of this camera, get behind the camera, and remain safe. You know what I mean?
Right. Because Netflix, what was it? Netflix, they had a really good plan. Yeah, Netflix plan is outstanding. So these productions need to call Netflix on the phone, like, how are you doing it? And get the blueprint, because Netflix got that thing on lock. I'm trying to tell you, they got it down. So and it's very effective, and they don't play no games. You will be staying in your place, for real.
That's right.
They got it on lock. So these other productions need to take some pages out of Netflix book and let's get it popping.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so those are a lot of things that's going on, and we of course we'll keep everybody updated, keep everybody posted, try to provide as much information as we can to keep everybody in the know, because that's what we do on the Kevin and Nikee show. That kind of flow. Yes. That's the first time I said that,
You better go ahead.
Yeah, I know.
You better go ahead with the rhyme and stuff.
I'm like rapping Duke. Da-ha, you know what I mean?
Stop playing.
Yeah, I know, yeah. All right. So we're going to take a break?
Yep, we're going to take a break, but before we do,
listen. Let me say something about our special guest that we will be introducing shortly, man. I'm proud of all of our special guests, and all of them are near and dear to my heart, man. It goes a little deeper when you know the person personally. Super talented brother, very, very positive, legend, Philly basketball legend, Motivational speaker. I'm telling you, you will not remain the same after you heard this brother speak. Upstanding guy, upstanding ball player, sportsmanship, and entrepreneur, best-selling author, and he was a person who I looked up to who played ball ahead of me when I was coming up playing in the Sunny Hill League and playing basketball in Philly. And I'm gonna tell you, this one goes a little deeper with me because this was someone who I looked up to and was a role model and mentor for me. And I'm telling you, y'all guys are gonna really enjoy his story. Y'all gonna enjoy his journey. Please don't go nowhere. Turn your radios up. Don't touch that dial. It's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, and we will be
right back.
Never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back over all you brought me through, I can see that you were the one I held on to, and I never would have made it. Oh, I never could have made it. Never could have made it without you. Oh, I would have lost it all. Oh, but now I see how you were there for me. I never would have made it. No, I never could have made it without you. I would have lost my mind a long time ago if it had not been for you. I'm stronger. I'm wiser. Now I'm better. So much better. I made it through my storm and my test because you were there to carry me through my mess. I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I'm better. Anybody better? I can stand here and tell you I've made it. Anybody out there? You made it. I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I'm better. Much better. I made it. Somebody just need to testify to somebody next to him. Tell him, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back over over what he brought me through. I realized I made it because I had you to hold on to. Now I'm stronger. Now I'm wiser. I'm better. So much better. I made it. Is there anybody in this house other than me that could declare you made it? Tell your neighbor, never would have made it. Never would have made it. Tell them never could have made it. Never could have made it without you. Oh, I wish I had some help here. I wish I had just 2 or 3 people that would just declare it. Never would have made it. Never would have made it. Never could have made it. Never could have made it without you. I just love to encourage myself. Sometimes I just look in the mirror and say, I'm stronger. I'm wise. I am better. So much better. When I look back over what he brought me through, I realize I made it because I had you to hold on to. But I never would have made it. I never could have made it without you. Yeah, 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 Lord. Oh, I could count Almighty, never would have made it. Never would have made it. Never could have made it. Never could have made it without you. Sing it one more time. All I need is just one more time. Everybody say with me. Never would have made it. Oh, oh, oh. Never could have made it without you.
Satisfy your sweet tooth with some tasty treats from the Brownie Shop. Fudge cupcakes, sweet potato pie, freshly baked bread, homemade ice cream, creamy chocolatey brownies, and much, much more. Check out their full menu on Facebook Brownie Shop or Brownie Shop 2019 Instagram. Get your next dessert from the Brownie Shop. Your sweet tooth will love you for it.
Urban Elite Beauty LLC is an online urban beauty supply store that serves both men and women in urban communities. Our goal is to provide quality beauty solutions for our culture and community. Most importantly, we want to instill in our friends the importance of loving thy hair, loving thy skin, and to love thyself. Check us out on social media, on Facebook at Urban Elite Beauty, on Twitter at dbenton71, on Instagram at urban_elite_beauty, and for more information, go to our website at www.urbanelitebeauty.com or email founder and CEO David Benton at dbenton@urbanelitebeauty.com or call 609-217-5292. Check us out and see what the Urban Elite Beauty experience is all about.
All right.
All right. All right. All right. So we ready for our special guest?
We are ready. Listen, our special guest is a positive energy coach. He's the co-author of the best-selling book, 20 Beautiful Men. He's a motivational speaker. He's a serial entrepreneur and mentor, and he's also the member of the Manhattan College Athletic Hall of Fame. He is a ESPN analyst and voice of the Manhattan Jaspers men and women's basketball team. Our special guest captivates with an optimistic outlook on life, whether working with teenagers, college students, athletes, and organizations, or anyone seeking inspiration. He engages and elevates everyone he encounters.
Yeah. For our special guest, positivity starts at home. Born and raised in Philadelphia, not to sound like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he was an all-city and all-state basketball player before receiving a full scholarship to Manhattan College, where he led the team to the NCAA tournament, winning the MAAC championship in 1993. Upon graduating with a bachelor's degree in communication, he became an executive sales representative with Johnson's, achieving over $4 million in sales and working with students to recognize and celebrate their achievements.
Today, our special guest draws on these enriching experiences in his personal development program through his company called Williams Unlimited Incorporated. Its signatures offering including keynote addresses, the highly interactive and most requested how to use positive energy to change your mindset, be more productive, and achieve ultimate success, the importance of exceptional customer service, and how to build strong culture in schools. The workshops is a comprehensive 8-week mentoring program for young men, journey to manhood, and one-on-one positive energy coaching sessions.
Charismatic, charming, energetic, and always smiling, our special guest is an in-demand speaker known for tackling a wide range of topics from positivity, leadership, building healthy relationships, customer service, exceptional hospitality, building strong school cultures, professionalism, and ethics.
Among the many organizations that have already benefited from his words of encouragement are the Disney Dreamers Academy with Steve Harvey, Rutgers University, the New Jersey Institute of Technology, the City of University of New York, Temple University, Marco Corporation, Admit Care, the Miami Heat Connecticut Association of Schools, Bergen County Juvenile Probation, Superior Court of New Jersey, New York City Department of Education, and various high schools, colleges, and churches throughout the country. Over the years, our special guest has worked with former NBA standout and Philadelphia native Catino
Mobley,
former Villanova University men's head basketball coach Steve LePass, and Fran Fasilla, and has been featured on ESPN.
Along with teaching others about positivity, working with young people is one of our special guests' passions. Community involvement is certainly a priority for him, and in 2013, he co-founded the Williams and Bullock Basketball Academy, an organization that helps aspiring athletes to be better players and better people. In addition, he oversees a group called Keeping It Real, which helps teenagers connect spiritual ideas with current events. Our special guest coaching and personal development mentoring program, Journey to Manhood for Young Men, has proven to be instrumental with schools and parents who are looking for guidance and mentorship for their young men.
Yes, whether on or off the court, our special guest has proven to be a positive leader and asset to anyone he encounters. Let me say that again. Whether on and off the court, our special guest has proven to be a positive leader and asset to anyone he encounters. His purpose is to challenge others to change the way they think by using positive energy and self-evaluation. Are you up for the challenge? Now, who are we talking about?
None other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Chris B. Williams.
Yes.
How you doing, my brother, my Philly baller, my legend? How you doing, sir?
All is well. What's going on, fam? How y'all making out?
Good, man. We're doing better now that we got you on the show. So proud of you, man. So, listen, I was just bragging on you before you got on, so you'll be able to hear it when you hear the whole show. No doubt, man. Yeah, no doubt, man. Just so proud of you, man. You represent Philly tough, Philly basketball as a person, as an athlete, man. You represent family. You represent, motivation, inspiration. And one of the things we talk about on the show every week is operating on a high vibration. So we're excited to talk to you so you can give us some tips on how to stay positive and stay on that high vibration, man. So,
Well, check this out. I appreciate it. obviously you all are doing a tremendous job. Thank you so much for having me on the show. All love. I've done my research. I love the energy from both of you, so let's get at it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right.
Yes,
let's
that's
do
what I'm
it.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, go ahead.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's jump right into it.
We're just going to jump right on into it because you are all about that positive energy, and I love what you are doing with our youth. I love everything that you're doing. This is just amazing. So you have this book. It's called 20 Beautiful Men. Mm-hmm. Tell our listeners about that. What is 20 Beautiful Men?
Well, again, I can't say enough how excited I am to be on here with both of you. I think it's a match in heaven with all three of us here together with the good energy.
Yes.
Again, the book is 20 Beautiful Men. It's a complication book of 20 different authors. I'm one of the authors. And again, we're just talking about stories of overcoming trials, tribulations, or just going through something where you had to persevere. And again, it's 20 different stories, and it's ironic that 20 is significant for me. As a college basketball player, my number was 20.
That's right.
20 stories. I'm the 20th story in the book, and I always tell everyone, if you can't relate to one story, there are at least 19 other ones you can go to assist you. So if you haven't picked up that book, you can go to my website, hearchrisspeak.com, pick up a copy. I'll have it signed for you. But it's all about just trying to do your best and overcoming, and it's about love and conquering.
That's it.
Wonderful,
I love it, man.
Wonderful.
I love it. I love it, man. It's like, with everything that's going on in the world, from a political standpoint, with the pandemic, it's just such a need for love and positivity and high vibration. And Chris, that's what you bring, man. You was a high vibration player, so I see how this carries over to the other stuff that you're doing, man. But I just got to ask you, like, at what point you were always a positive dude, show good sportsmanship out on the court. Yeah. You had a great reputation, all those kind of things. And like, at what point in your life did you know that you wanted to like be a motivational speaker and that you had like this positivity to offer to the world?
Well, Kev, since we're talking about basketball, obviously both of us are Philly ballers. I must say you were one of my favorites as a young player in high school. I went to Cardinal Dockley. Let's make this clear. I went to Cardinal Dockley, which was in the Catholic League. You played in a pub. So, again, a lot of times we wouldn't get as much love as the pub because I know it was rough. And I was like, my man Kev used to get busy. I think he was too young than me. Kev, you were about 6'6", 6'7". I said, this cat can do everything. And, again, I watched. I was a fan of the game, so I would always watch my favorite players. You were one of my favorites. And just with me, I was very fortunate to play with and be around a lot of good players. Two of my buddies were Jason and Carlin Worley, who played for Frankfurt. They won back-to-back championships. And we played at our park, which was Finley Playground. And for me, I just wanted to get better every day. And part of me being better was on and off the court. And what I mean by that was, obviously, there are a lot of talented players, but I wanted to stick to my values and my morals when I was playing ball. So when this was all said and done, you would be able to say, listen, man, Chris is a class act. That's the type of guy I would like to be around regardless of basketball. So that really came from my parents, my family, and my friends. And I tried to carry that over because obviously we understand that ball doesn't last forever.
That's right.
And my Christian values are so important also. And with that being said, I always had the gift for gab, as you can see. When I went to school, I was a communications major. I was very fortunate when I graduated from Cardinal Dockley. I earned a scholarship to a D1 school, Manhattan College in New York. And as a communications major, I figured as a point guard, as a leader, a lot of the skills that you do on the basketball court carried over for me to want to become, actually I was in sales initially, but to become a speaker. Because I wanted to affect people and I wanted to have some sort of, that love I talked about earlier. You want to really just put that information out, put that good energy out, and I've been very fortunate that it's worked out that way for me. As a speaker, my platform is Positive Energy is a Gift, and as we can see with us three, that gift is all love, and we're givers.
Yes,
That's
it is.
That's it right
yes,
there.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I think that deserves the bell. You know what I'm saying?
You know
that was it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I like that.
That's it.
But
I love it.
Yeah, and I had to say this, man. Man, listen. The feeling is mutual. I remember many days sitting up in McGonigal Hall watching you play silky smooth left-handed, just making it look so easy. You know what I mean? Like effortless. You know, you played one of the, I want to say, best / historical Sunny Hill teams in the history of the Sunny Hill League, college league. The Diamond Medics, y'all team was y'all had the bomb squad. And I hate to call names, and you're gonna have to help me out if I leave somebody out. Jason and Carlin, love them dudes.
Yes.
I love all these guys. Aaron McKee, Harry Moore, John Haynes, Cliff Smith. Y'all had the squad, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna admit this. I'm gonna admit this like years later. When we played y'all, we like I went out there to win, of course. But when we played y'all, I was like, look, I'm just gonna do the moral victory, see if I can get my numbers. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it, man.
Well, check this out, Kev. Here's a funny story concerning that team. Obviously, in Philly was so much great talent during that time period. You were in a great class. And, again, I'm playing with guys, like you said, John Haynes, Harry Moore, Jason and Carlin, Aaron McKee, Bo Thompson. All these guys were so good. Our practices were definitely much better than the games. But when I was introduced to that team, I had never played Sunny Hill basketball. And I tell people all the time, it's really crazy when you're a good player in Philadelphia and you don't play Sunny Hill. That's kind of strange. So I didn't play Sunny Hill basketball until my senior year in high school, obviously getting ready to go into college. So it was new for me. It was a little different, but it helped me tremendously playing with all those good players. And like I said, I'm always trying to learn something new. John Hartnett, rest his soul, introduced me to it. He actually invited me to come down, but had a lot of love for that crew there, and I learned a lot. But that's funny to hear you say that, man. But we
man. Absolutely. Y'all was the best. Yeah.
It's just so awesome listening to two basketball legends talk. It's just so awesome. This is just so awesome. But I'm just going to let y'all know I can beat the both of y'all.
I see you doing your thing. Nikee, I see you doing your thing. Like I said, I did my research. Again, when you get a guest on the show, at least in my opinion, you have to find out what's going on. Now, I see you're accomplished in a number of different things. I love your energy on the different shows. I see you over there chopping it up on one of those shows. So it's all love.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, I
Thank you so much.
Now, I got to give some love to both of you because I understand you both have done some acting. And that's something I've done also. And one of the things I talk about as a speaker is maximizing your value. Now, I have a tremendous amount of respect for actors and actresses because I did not know how much it took to go into becoming an actor.
Yes, Lord.
I'm going to give you a funny story about me being introduced to this acting field. Now, a friend of mine, Dwayne Parker, he was a producer. And I would jokingly say, listen, man, I can act. Let me act. So he told me to send a headshot, and we'll see if we can get some information for you. Obviously, I didn't have a headshot, but he took care of that for me. So he contacts me back. He gives me a script. I've never received a script before. So I just need you to learn these lines, and when it's time, I'll contact you. So I said, I thought about it. I did it. I remember my lines. I would add them down. So he calls me on a Sunday. He says, listen, we're going to go over the role. I'm considered Pastor King. All right? So I said, listen, I've been in church my entire life. I can play a pastor. I thought of different pastors. I did my research on that also, talked to people on how you do a role, how you get into it. So I watched different preachers. I thought about preachers I knew in the past and tried to hone in that information. So I get there now. I said it's a Sunday, a football Sunday. So after church, I get there about 2 o'clock or so. So, I should be out of here by 6 or so. I get there, gang. Now, you all both can attest to this. I get there. We have food. We have a reading. Never done a reading before. I do a reading. I said, oh, boy, this is going to be all night. They take our phones. I said, oh, they're taking my phone. They're going over scene after scene, different angles. I don't get out of there until about 4 in the morning.
Oh,
yeah. Like a madman. I don't have my phone. She's like, what happened to this guy? and here's the funniest part. In one of the scenes, gang, I get shot. So I go there dressed up, again, in my suit because I'm playing the role of the pastor. I come back with a bloody shirt. My wife said, what the heck happened to you?
Oh, my goodness.
Number one, I'm thinking I'm going to get back at a timely basis. Number two, she's calling me. She doesn't hear from me.
Yeah.
When I get home, I got blood on her shirt. And she's like, what's going on here with you, man? I have so much love for the acting field. I've been fortunate enough to be in 2 different series. Again, that was called Blue City, so on Amazon Prime. I played the role of Pastor King. In Asunder the series, I played the role of Dr. Chris. I was a little bit more prepared for that one. But again, like I said, those table reads and all that information and the time, most people don't realize how much time it takes to just do a couple of scenes in. I realize that and understand it. So I tip my hat to both of you because I think you're doing your thing.
Yeah, thank you,
man. Let me tell you, thank you so much. It's a lot. It's a lot to go into it. You got to prepare yourself. You definitely have to
be
because yes, you do. I'm telling you, because you can go in there at 6 o'clock in the morning and don't come out until 8 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah, that's
how it is. Yeah, you got to be prepared.
I had plans of being at home, sitting in front of the TV to watch the late football game, and I'm still in there going over lines from a different angle. Now, check this out. Here's the funniest part. I just figured I needed to knock my lines out one time. So I said, all right, once I do it really good, we got it. Oh, no, Chris, do it again. We need to do it from the back. We need to do it from the back.
Yeah.
And then when you get right, somebody else may not get theirs right. I said, oh, boy. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's it, man. You hit it right on the nose. And it really is one of those things where after you have an experience like that, you decide if you caught the bug or not. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Exactly.
Like, hold up. I don't want to do this. I'm here all day. I don't want to do this no more.
But I think both of you back so keep up the great work. Keep the great work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you as well, man. You as well, man. Yeah. So I know you're in demand as a speaker. And our listeners around the world can tell why, man. You really are energetic. You really are charismatic, enthusiastic, all positive, all love. You're a high in-demand keynote speaker. And some of your most requested is how to use positive energy to change your mindset. So what would you say, like how do you use, I mean, I know you kind of got to do the fast-forward version, but how do you use positive energy to change your mindset? Because, we learned, like, playing ball that, your thinking had to do with the outcome of your behavior. If you had the confidence to hit the shot, well, you believe you could do it. You took the shot and you normally hit it. You know what I mean? So how do you use that positive energy to change, your mindset?
Well, again, I try to challenge people to change the way they think using positive energy and self-evaluation. Again, I believe attitude is everything. And we should bring a good one. And that's something we can control. There's so many things out here, like you touched on, Kevin, that we can't control. Obviously, the pandemic, things outside of our control. But we can control what type of attitude we bring to the table. So that's one of the things, again, I love about both of you. Because, again, if you bring good energy, it's contagious.
Yeah.
Nothing better than walking into a room or coming onto a broadcast when there's good energy, and you just jump right in. So I try to bring that good energy and share that with other people. And it's little small things that we can do that assist. Being able to smile. A smile is a game changer.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It tells your brain that the rest of your body is okay. These are small tips that most people really don't realize. And I usually just jokingly tell a story. I'm about 6'4", about 210, 215. I'm in decent shape, handsome on most days. It's probably one of my good days. But when I smile, I'm very approachable. Oh, that's Chris Williams. Oh, I like that guy. But if you flip everything around, still 6'4", still 210, still decent shape, fairly handsome. But when I'm not smiling, I can be the bad guy. Criminal.
Yeah.
We look totally different when we change our appearance, and our smile can help out immensely. and being able to say thank you. Thank you are 2 most important words in the English language. We don't use those 2 words enough. When you tell someone thank you, you let them know we appreciate you, we like what you've said, we like what you've done. Most people do not hear or see the word thank you in their daily lives enough. That's why there's so much bitterness in our world, so much division, because we don't tell each other we appreciate something, or we don't say thank you. Here's a stat for you, because I like to throw out stats. It makes me sound like I know what I'm doing. 85% of the people in the world do not like the job they go to every day. 85% hate their job.
That is
and we know that. We experience these people. So only 15% of the people who work like what they do. So no wonder there's so much bitterness and anger, because people don't like what they're doing, and they just go through the motions. So we should have groups of people like us who share good energy so people can feed off it and think about, you know what, I would like to be more like them. Or work towards that. So that's what I really try to put out there. And again, at the schools, you know, they really enjoy having me come in. Corporations, I do a piece on the importance of exceptional customer service, because people
I want to talk about that.
Customer service, brings people in. That's just so important, and that affects the bottom line. Exactly. There's simple stuff that most people don't realize, and I try to bring to the forefront.
That's what's
because that customer service part is very important, because I don't know how many times I'll be wanting to jump through the phone and choke somebody because the customer service is horrible. You know, and my thing is your customer service, listen, they're about to get it. I'm telling you, because the customer service is less than stellar, honey. You need to fix it.
I know. You know what? It goes back to that 85% of those people who don't like their jobs. And again, I'm just giving you little sneak peeks into my presentation. Well, again, you can't go to a place too early in the morning because everybody just got there and they're not ready to work yet. You can't go late because they're ready to leave. And it's like, oh, I'm not going to give you good service. I'm ready to get out of here. You can't go around lunchtime because after lunch, nobody wants to work. So when can you go get good service? When can you get service?
That's right.
That's right. Got to get the bell on that. He got to get the bell on that. That's so true. So true.
That's
so
true. That is true. That is true. Yeah, man.
So true. Now, you also have here how to build stronger culture in schools. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we need that.
Let's talk about that. We need that.
They jumping people and fighting and all kinds of carrying on.
Yeah, we need that.
Obviously, in schools, again, we have to do a much better job at home first. Because in the school system, the focus has just become solely on just the lesson. And obviously, you want our young people to be well-rounded. We talked about earlier how Kevin, you and myself, and obviously Nikee, you too, when we were in school or around ball in that setting there, you wanted to be a well-rounded person, well-rounded player. And sometimes that gets lost in our school system. And one of the things I talk about in the school system is just being a student first, willing to learn. Regardless of what you know, you can learn something new about anything. That means teachers, administrators, and students. And we have to be able to share, because the next one is being a teacher. What you know, you have to be able to share with the next person, because there's so many selfish people out here that say, "Oh, well, let Nikee learn on her own. I learned it on my own." No. If you know better, tell somebody else so our culture can get better. And I always tell schools, the best schools or best teams are when you have good juniors and seniors, because good juniors and seniors help freshmen and sophomores. Kevin, you can relate to this story right here. Remember Catino Mobley? NBA
yes, sir. Legend. Yes, sir.
When I recently heard him tell a story, and it touched my heart. When I was a senior, Catino was a freshman. And he told a story about how he would sneak in the gym and watch me play. And he said he would always sit down and watch me, but more importantly, when he got a chance to talk to me, I was friendly to him. I would share the information I learned. And he said that gave him the confidence to continue to work hard. I was a lefty like himself, and it spurred him on to be the player that he was. And again, it's not even about basketball. It was about someone taking the time to say, listen, regardless of what status I have right now, This young fella needs someone to talk to him, to encourage him, to make him feel good about himself. And we need more people, more students, more teachers to do that.
Yeah.
And that builds culture. Now, again, I was a Northern Division MVP. Katino Mobley comes right behind me. He's the Northern Division MVP. And I jokingly tell people, I'm the Cat Mobley before Cat Mobley, but he took it to the next level.
You sure is. Y'all, hey, listen, I'm going to say this. Y'all are the two best left-handers I know. I'm going to put it to you like that. And I look at the fact that you took time, you made an investment into his life, and he goes on to make it to the NBA, was a successful, great player in the NBA, had a good career. And, I had a chance to work out with Cat down at Drexel. In Philly, the runs were always between Drexel, LaSalle, Temple, University of Penn. And this guy was silky smooth. Both of y'all guys were just silky smooth, effortless, how y'all made it look. But you made an investment, and so I look at it like you had something to do with his ultimate destiny in terms of making it to the NBA. Who knows? You're not taking,
Very fortunate. And you're right, Kevin. And we all can do that to a certain degree. There's a young lady out there watching you, Nikee, saying, I would like to be like her. I see how much energy she brings, and that she's a go-getter. And we never even sometimes get a chance to speak to them, but if we put that good energy out consistently, or someone listens to the show or watches this, you know what, I love what they bring to the table there. I like to get my show and do something along those lines, rather than we squishing their dreams and their thoughts. No, we want everyone to do a little bit better. And one of the things I also talk about is expecting the best. All high achievers, all winners raise the bar. There's so many people out here who really don't want the best. They just want to get by. You can't just get by and be truly successful. You have to be one of those people who challenge yourself consistently and doing different things. And you can have others who encourage you to do that, and we're the ones who can set the bar to get that started.
Nice.
Man, you're about to have me put on some knee braces and come out of retirement with all this positivity. Yeah, man. Good stuff, man.
Don't hurt him.
I might need some Epsom salt afterwards, but we'll see how it goes.
We just call it that icy hot.
The icy hot, icy hot. Yeah, man.
Wow. And then you have a 8-week mentoring program for young men called Journey to Manhood, and a one-on-one positive energy, which has one-on-one positive energy coaching sessions for our young men. Let's talk a little bit about that.
And Nikee, I'm so proud of that because obviously as African-American men, we go up against some things that no one else has to deal with. And it's so important for guys like Kevin and myself who've been through things, who've been successful, and we've had our pitfalls because no one goes through anything without having some L's here or there, and you learn from them. Being able to share that with guys underneath us is so important. I think that's a special, unique gift that I have, being able to relate to these young fellas and just giving them tips and learning from them. I'm always learning myself on what to say, how to say things, to get to them, and what I can share with older guys so we can have more of us give that information to these guys because they need it. We really need it right now because, you don't want to say it, but it seems like sometimes there's a shortage of us, and they don't want us to get to that next level. So we have to impart this good information that can help and make sure they have hope. One thing we have to have is hope. When you lose hope, we lose everybody. Because you don't have anything to strive for. So I want these young fellas to understand there is hope. There's something out there to reach for that, yes, it doesn't have to always be through sports. There are a lot of different avenues you can go into and be successful.
That's it right there, man. And it's, that's so powerful too, man, because it's like a lot of young people don't expect to live past 18 to 21. And especially in the city, you know what I mean? It's like they live with that hopelessness, and that hopelessness is kind of guiding them to making bad choices because I don't care. I don't expect to live anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do this robbery. I'm going to go ahead and pull this gun. I'm going to go ahead and live recklessly. I'm going to get this girl pregnant, this girl pregnant, this girl pregnant. And it's like you said, Chris, like guys like ourselves, man, we're so needed. We have so much, and Nikee too, like, in terms of rich experience. to offer. Basketball, acting, giving people hope, because some of these kids might not never get the opportunity to sit down with a Kevin Hart, but they can sit down with a Kevin D. Benton. They may never get a chance to sit down with a Chris Hemsworth, but they can sit down with Chris B. Williams. And you know what I'm saying? It's like we become touchable, but we can still relate on that successful, level. They may not never get a chance to sit down with a Nicki Minaj, but they'll get a chance to sit down with a Nikki Warren. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we become touchable.
Kev, you rolling, baby.
And I came up with that on top of my head. I didn't rehearse that. I came up with that on top of my head, man. That was the part of me that wanted to be a rapper, but it didn't work out.
Wow!
There, man. You dropped
listen, and this is so needed, especially with everything that has been going on. Our young people, they're watching the news, and they have questions they don't understand. So we need to be able to help them. We need to be able to encourage them that things are going to get better. We need to be able to talk to them and help them to understand that this is not how you do it. This is not the way. It's so much going on now. These young people, they're getting out and and they're protesting and we just gotta come out and we just gotta help them because they don't understand a lot of things that's going on.
Yeah.
And then both of you are on the money.
Yeah, and then even in Philly. We went through this stage where, we were shutting down, libraries and recreation centers in the name of saving money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, where can they go? And, with the avenues, that you have, Chris, for example, man, they can go to the basketball league. Because it was basketball and the mentors we had, the coaches, like the John Arnett, rest in peace, the coach that we had, they influenced our lives, right? And, we caught on to that love for basketball. It kept us off the street because we was in the gym. And that era was such a golden era of basketball. We was like, no, I'm not letting him be better than me, so I got to make sure I'm working out. And I'm not going to let him, embarrass me on the court, so I'm going to get out there and work hard. But it kept us striving. It was healthy competitiveness. It kept us in the gym. It kept us around positivity. And I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't for ball, I don't really know where I would be, man, and that's a scary thought for me. I might have turned out to be a drug dealer or somebody hanging on the corner if it wasn't for, being introduced to sports and karate and basketball and Sunny Hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Kev, that's a great point also because we have to be definitely aware of what about the young man or young lady who's not a very good athlete? We can't allow them to fall through the cracks. We were very fortunate that others saw that we were talented, and people take a liking to you when you're a little bit better, and we know that for a fact. But what about that young man who's sitting on the side, who's just watching? He knows he's not as good, but he just wants to be a part of it. Let him know. Listen, you can be a broadcaster. I do broadcasting.
Right.
Men's and women's basketball, ESPN. Let them know, yes, you can talk about the game and still be involved, and you'll receive a nice check from that. That's important. Maybe you can be a trainer, an assistant coach. We have to share that information with the young people so they know, listen, you can be involved with the sport you like. You don't have to be the best player. Right. Shy away from it. So we have to make sure that information gets out. And we have to see them where they are. When they're sitting there and they look lonely or afraid or scared, we have to be big enough to go over to him or her and say, is everything okay? What's going on?
Right.
Build those relationships.
Absolutely.
So those are the things I try to work at. And again, it's a learning experience all the time. It's consistently learning and understanding what needs to be done. But when you're bringing good energy, like I talked about earlier, it's contagious. And when you go to them, they'll be like, okay, I can feel your good energy.
Right.
I like to be involved. I want to be a part of this. What can I do, Chris? What can I do, Kev? What can I do? Let me know.
Right. I like that. It seems like that bringing of that good energy, that's like half the battle right there. Because especially with a lot of our African American youth, they're untrusting. Most of them didn't have fathers. So why should I trust this dude standing in front of me right now? But when you come with that positivity and you eliminate the power struggle, they will become open to saying, I'm kind of feeling this, and they're having fun and learning and growing and developing, and they're being motivated and inspired. But I also wanted to ask you, what kind of like challenges have you like faced? You know, being a motivational speaker, being an inspirer, being a motivator, whether it would be with children or with the adults, or what kind of challenges? Any like challenges that you have to face that you have to kind of overcome? I know you got through it.
You just brought up a big one right there. People rejecting good energy.
Okay,
because so many people have bad energy, angry energy from their past or whatever, and again, it's legitimate. It's not easy for them to trust someone who's coming with natural good energy. Like,
Yeah.
Why
you must be up to something.
No, I'm not trying to trick you. This is how I am.
Right. That's right.
To the table. And obviously, I'm not always happy every day, all day, and no one is.
Right.
But for the most part, I try to come with a positive outlook, and sometimes people don't get it, and they can't understand it, and it takes them some time to get like, you know what? This is really good, genuine energy, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So that definitely could be a pitfall and obstacle, but you keep working at it.
Right.
Because you can't beat bad energy with bad energy.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. And then you have some people that just enjoy being negative, and you can some people you could just present it to them and just hope that they can grab something out of it. But you have people that have been so negative for so long. They would feel like the girl Wednesday on the Addams Family smiling for trying to be positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Because I'm telling you, I will U-turn on you so quick. Okay, I see that bad energy. I'm going in the opposite direction.
Well, Nick, you bring up a great point also, because obviously you can't waste all of your good energy on people who are going to consistently reject you. And that's one of those situations you say, you want to leave it there for you. You know, if you need to come to me with a good vibe, I'm going to say a thought or prayer for you, and hopefully you can work through your situation. So,
that's it. And keep it moving. Sometimes you got to say hi to bad energy from a distance. Hello, goodbye. You know, you don't want that.
Hello and goodbye.
And that's huge. That's real stuff. You know what y'all saying, because you have to protect your energy as well. You know, you have to protect your energy as well, so that you can continue to, fulfill your calling and what you, been commissioned to do, man. And you have some people that will, it's like they will drain your energy, and then you have nothing left to give to people who really are ready and open to, receive it and stuff like that. So it is some stuff has to be calculated. You know what I mean? In terms of how much you're going to pour here and pour here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's why you all show is so important. You need to have good energy sources. So I'm so glad we connected, because obviously, if I'm not 100%, I would love to give a call to Nick and Kev. What's going on, gang? How y'all doing? So you're going to get a boost there. You all call you're going to get a boost. And we can be transparent and honest, because like I said a moment ago, we're not going to always have great energy. But when you are consistently around someone who has good energy, they can be more empathetic and understanding when you're having a day where you're not at 100%.
Yes, absolutely. Good stuff. Very good stuff.
Yeah. Now I got to ask this question. I guess we're gonna end on maybe one of the best questions or topics. We got to talk about you're a man of faith. Nikki's a woman of faith. I'm a man of faith. We got to talk about faith. Can't leave faith out. God is everything. We give him, credit for everything he's allowed us to accomplish, to achieve what we become, man. Just talk about, man, next to faith would be, your lovely family, your lovely wife, man. Y'all guys are such an example of what love is, period, but then African-American love is too, man, and that's needed in our community. But we might have to bring both of y'all home for part two, man. But I want to talk about this faith thing, man. Yeah, man. Talk about faith, man, and what it means to you just as a person, and how it culminates into everything you do, from family to motivating others and so forth and so on.
Well, again, Kev, you almost hit it right on the head once again. Just keeping God first.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate, very blessed to be in the position that I am right now, and we see how things are going right now. Things can change in a minute. Even if things were to change, I still want to make sure God is the largest thing, and make sure we're smaller. When God's large and I'm small, I can make it. I run into trouble. Me personally, I can't speak for anyone else. When I become larger or at least I think I am, larger than God. All right, Chris, you got this under control. No. God, you're the leader. You're in control. You're the driver. I'm a passenger on here, and making sure that you are the one who receives all the honor, all the praise, and I worship you. That's so important to me.
Yeah, that's
because
it, man.
God will humble you so quickly. We all can attest to that. With
yes, Lord.
Anything at any time. So just making sure God is first, and when I'm doing whatever I do, if I can, not necessarily always saying I'm a Christian, not necessarily saying God, but my life showing it.
Right.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
So even if I never said it, someone may go behind closed doors and say, it's something different about that guy, Chris Williams. It's something different about Smoothie. You know, I like being around him. And maybe at some stage I can lead someone to Christ and they want to get a better understanding. But just keeping God first, that's been actually the mantra for me. And I used to be, again, we recently moved to West Palm Beach, Florida. We don't live in New York any longer. So I worked with some students. I was a Sunday school facilitator. And our mantra for one of our classes was TOL, trust, obey, and leave it to God.
I like that.
When you trust God,
I like that.
You obey Him, and you leave things to Him, He will always take care of you.
That's it.
We run into trouble when we stop trusting, we stop obeying, and we start thinking we can do it on our own. That's when I run into the most trouble, and I find out from watching others, usually when they run into trouble. But TOL has been something I've kept in my mind for the longest, and, you know, that's been a mantra of mine since that Sunday school class, and we've gone over it. But just keeping God first, and my beautiful wife, Leah, she's a luxury floral designer, and us just bouncing things off of one another and working together. And in a marriage, you are one, so it's not a competition. Again, we both want to do well, but just working together. And where she's strong at, I can take a step back. Where I'm strong at, she takes a step back. And again, we're Williams Unlimited.
Man, we have. First of all, I'm about to take a collection up for you real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then secondly, we might have to bring y'all on, man, just to when we do like a relationship episode for the show, man. I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you, like we do our research too, as we always say, not in a creepy way, but just so we can have conversation piece. And I'm gonna tell you, you can see the love permeating from y'all pictures. You can feel the energy from looking at y'all pictures that this is genuine, God-centered love, man. And so when we do that episode, we're going to have to bring both of y'all on to give some tips and to encourage our listeners because it's just so needed, especially in the African-American community where everybody, where most of the households are growing up with single-parent moms. Shout out to the moms that are doing a great job. But it's good to see husband and wife together, man and woman out there and working together as a team. And you hit it on the nose. It's a win-win situation. It's if she win, I win. If he win, I win. That's how. It's no competition. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. But man, you hit it right on the nose. That's it.
And we need that because right now what we're seeing is that the men are cheating. The women are always home by themselves raising the kids. So we need to see some really, really good Christian relationships in the African American community. We need to see that because if we look at what we see on social media, society is saying, nope, it's not like that. Nobody's faithful. Marriages are divorces at the highest rate right now because nobody wants to be faithful to each other. So we need to see that. We need to see that togetherness, that teamwork, and different things like that because society paints a whole different picture.
Yeah.
Again, we appreciate it. We understand it's a process. We're working at it every day. But keep God at that center base. All those things you talked about, Nikee, those are the type of discussions we have with these young men. Going so they can understand, even from a older male perspective, some of the things you think about, we think about too.
Right.
How do we navigate those things? And that's where that trust comes in, where you can be transparent, I can be transparent. So listen, as a married man, this is how I've approached this. So when you get a little bit more mature, this is something you should. So those are the things you just try to work at. Again, I love my wife, and I appreciate her dealing with me. And again, it's vice versa also.
Right. That's right. It go both ways. It go both ways, Nikee. It go both ways, Nikee.
I know it go both ways. I do. I know it go both ways. Society says otherwise.
I know. You right. But yeah, man, it's just so man, it's so awesome because like a lot of young people, they don't even want to get married, and and it's not that. It's like they don't know what like true masculinity. Like masculinity is also loving your wife and being caring and loving. But they're used to seeing whether it's the movie or the abuser around the neighborhood, and that's their definition of what a man is. And so people's perspectives are so skewed because of what's been modeled in front of them. And it's good that they can see some different positive models that they can say, okay, I've never seen this before. This is different, but I like it. And I like what you talked about, Chris. And I know you oversee the group called Keeping It Real. That's pretty much what you're talking about. Hey, look, I go through this too. I'm not above this or above that. And it's a relatable tool because, a lot of times, like, young people think we were born adults, that we wasn't younger and we didn't make mistakes and fell in pit holes and did this and did that. Yeah. So, when we can keep it real with them and teach them what not to do because of the mistakes we made and teach them what to do because of the successes we had, it's like, they can say, okay, I'm getting this balance. I'm getting this balance here of, what's honest and what's true and what's real and how to get higher, how to go higher. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's great stuff, man. Great stuff, man.
And
so proud of you, brother.
Kevin, in the book, 20 Beautiful Men, and if you listen to the title, 20 Beautiful Men. Now, most people, when you hear that title, how can a man be beautiful? A man is beautiful because oftentimes as men, and you'll read this in a different story, we don't tap into our emotions. We have emotions that we rarely use or never use because we reject them. How often do you see men sad? How often do you see a man scared? Because we're taught at a young age that those are emotions that you fight off. I tell a story. Up until the age of 15, I would not allow myself to cry. Now, this is ridiculous.
Wow.
At 15 years old, I told myself, you can't cry anymore. Unless, listen to this, Kev, and you probably can relate, unless it's a sports loss or something. Or
Then we were crying. We in the locker room. We were crying our eyes out in the locker room.
I can cry. But I can't cry if this young lady said something that hurt me. I can't cry if someone hurt my feelings. But those are emotions we have to tap into. And the sad part is when we become adults, our default has been anger. So we can't relate with our women as well. We have untapped emotions that we need to really get along with her as well as we should.
That's it.
And it gets deep. That can get really deep. But in that book, all these guys have tapped into some emotions that helped them. That had helped them. I have.
Wow.
19 other stories. But go to my website, hearchrisspeak.com, grab that book, I'll sign it and send it to you.
That's what's up.
Nice. Man,
this was powerful, man. I'm about to go watch Dr. Phil, and then, I'm ready to be better today, man. I'm telling you, man. You done made me better, brother. This interview, I'm telling you, that had a media
effect. That's the challenge. That's the challenge. Every day you want to get a little bit better.
That's it, man. Yeah. Well, listen, Chris, man, much love and respect, man. Continued success and blessings to you, your lovely wife, your family, all that you do with your speaking engagements, your book. Man, listen, if there's anybody out there in listening land, you feeling down, you want to bring, someone to your job to boost morale, because morale is low around these jobs, you might want to be interested in bringing my brother here, Chris B. Williams, in to kind of boost things up. Listen, this is your time, man. Put your website out there again. How people can get your book. If they want to book you for a speaking engagement, if somebody just might say, hey, we say serious inquiries only, but before we say that, man, you was already family, but when you come on the Kevin and Nikee show, your family. Come on, Nikee, leave me hanging, Nick. Your family.
All love.
Your family.
Your family.
Yes. Well, again, really quickly, it's Chris B. Williams, motivational speaker, positive energy coach. Platform is Positive Energy is a Gift. My website is hearchrisspeak.com. You can book me via my website. As far as social media is concerned, Hear Chris Speak on Instagram and Twitter, and on Facebook, Chris B. Williams. So, if you want to link up with me, or if you want to just follow, I have no problem. Again, like I said, my platform is positive energy as a gift, and I want to be a giver. I want to just try to give as much as I can.
Nice.
I want to be one of those people, when it's all said and done, I gave everything. I tapped all my value. I left it on the table, on the court, wherever I was. This guy he gave it to you all. He didn't leave anything to think.
That's it right there, man. And that's the type of ball player that's the type of ball player you was. You left it out there on the court, and that's the type of person that you are. You leave it all out there, man. Whatever you put your hands to, you always leaving it all out there, man, and giving 125%, man, and thinking about others, man. But yeah, man, like I said, we definitely gonna have to get you and your lovely wife on for a part 2 of this. Talk about some relationships. Give our people out there some tips on relationships and how y'all making it work.
Yes.
And I think I saw a picture when y'all were on Black Love on OWN. Was it? I saw a picture like that.
Yes, we actually submitted a picture, and I think they ran with one of our photos. So like I said, just putting out stuff there, and you never know, man. Expecting the best.
That's right.
And working from there. Yes.
That's right. That's it, man.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Beautiful.
That's what's up.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, continue success and blessing, man. Keep in touch. I'm gonna keep in touch. In any way we can support you, man. You got something going on. Hey, look, we'll put it on the airwaves and support you in any kind of way that we can, man. And hey, man, we Philly ballers. We Philly made, man. That's just who we are. And we Philly for life, man. So
thank you, both of you. Keep up the great work. I was excited to be on the show.
Thank you so much.
And like I said, I love the energy you all bring. And I said, I can't wait to get on here. I told Kev, I said, I'm excited because I said, when us three get together, it's going to be fireworks.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Look. It was a good look.
Yes, it is. Yes,
that's
it is.
right.
Yeah, because both of y'all missed that comment that I said, well, I can run circles around both of you on the basketball court. Y'all missed that.
No, we heard you. We just didn't pay you no mind. We heard you.
We're going to set that up. We're going to set it up. Kev is a beast. I don't know if you can have anybody can match up with Kev.
I got it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, look, man, enjoy the rest of your day, man, and continue success and blessings. And, man, we're so proud of you here. Philly proud of you, man. God is proud of you. Your family is proud of you. Everybody's just so proud of you, man. And, yeah, we can't reiterate that enough. And continue success and blessings to you, man. Yeah.
No doubt. All love.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you
all right,
so much for coming on our show.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. Take care now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye. Man, what he just so awesome.
Awesome, man.
Oh, my goodness. Just awesome. Just awesome in every single way. Everything that he got going on. Helping our youth, our young black men. Man, it is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, my God. I can talk to him all day. I can go out and get a cheesesteak and come back and we'll still be talking. That's what I'm talking about.
I know. Yeah, man. And I'm telling you, man, it was one of those discussions, and I don't really want to call it an interview. It was like friends talking. That's how our show is. Just like friends talking on the phone. But it was so positive, so uplifting, so encouraging. And you kind of didn't want to let it go. You didn't want to let it go.
I didn't want to let it go, but for the sake of time and for our show, we had to. But he is one of those people where you can sit down at the dinner table and you be sitting at that table for hours because you just be talking and talking. It's just so much positivity going on. The energy is just through the roof. I mean, and that goes with what you keep saying, operating on a high vibration.
That's what we've been talking about. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's what we've been talking. Yeah,
high vibration.
That's it. That's what our listeners just got finished hearing is somebody operating on a high vibration. We were talking about it for 94 weeks. Signs that you're operating on a high vibration. You know, that is the epitome of it right there. Chris is the epitome of operating on a high vibration, man, and he's somebody that's making the world a better place at a much needed time. it's like one of those, for such a time as this. It's so much negativity, so much hurt, so much pain, joblessness. We got the pandemic. We got racism, police brutality, storming the campus. We got all this negativity going on, and people like him are just so needed. Yeah. And he's the type of person that, you can't be around. You're not gonna stay down or stay the same from being around him. So speaking to him, and you talk about high vibration. He was a high vibration ball player. Just just play hard every play. Don't take no plays off. You know what I mean? That's what he brought to the table. So I'm not surprised that those kind of like basketball disciplines and characteristics are kind of carrying over to what he's doing now. And you talk about the youth, that's our heart right there,
Exactly. And like we said last week, our youth, he's doing a phenomenal job with our youth, our young men, because like we said last week, these kids are in the house. They're watching the news. Before, you used to go outside and play into your heart content. You had to be inside before the street lights come on. But now these kids are inside. They're watching the news, and they're seeing everything that's going on, and these kids are angry, and you are forced now to have this conversation with your children. Like, what do you say to your kids? How do you talk to them about what they're seeing? How do you address their anger behind what they're seeing? And he is doing some positive things, and I love the one-on-one sessions that he gives with our youth. I love it. I love it because sometimes you got to sit these kids down one-on-one and say, hey, talk to me. What's wrong? Tell me all about it. We're going to figure this thing out together. Get it out. We're going to figure this out together.
Get them away from the audience where you can sit them down. And they can get past the barrier of feeling like they're not cared for, and you can keep it real with them. And a lot of, especially our African-American kids, they really haven't seen a lot of consistent African-American role models. So, seeing something like Chris is like seeing something different. Like I'm not used to this. I'm used to rather not having a man there, or then when I do have a man there, he's throwing lamps in the house. You know what I mean? He's doing these negative things, and that's what they. And then if they can't get that, they got to turn to the dude on the block that's slinging. Exactly. That's going to be their model and stuff like that. So he's bringing something like a desert and oasis in the desert, to the world, man. And I'm gonna tell you, like you talked about how we used to go outside, like we used to go out and play dodgeball. These kids playing dodge bullets. You know what I'm saying? They play the same game, just playing different. We play duck goose. They play duck. They shooting. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, green light. They playing 1, 2, 3, run a red light. They doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And they need somebody doing something different. The girls play jump rope. Y'all play jump rope, right? They play jumping people. It's just all kinds of crazy stuff out here. So these kids need mentors, man. They need mentors.
So bad.
Yeah.
They do. They You forgot. You made me forget what I was going to say. You can know my nerves so bad.
What's the other one? We play freeze tag. They play freeze stick 'em up. No, I'm going too far this time.
And I like. See, you make me so mad because you make me forget what I'm going to say. All right, it's coming back. And I like that point that he had. Not everybody can be a ball player. Not everybody can be an actress. But if you got the gift of gab, you can work for ESPN. If you can talk, you know what I'm saying? You can be a motivational speaker. There are other ways for you to get where you're trying to go and achieve your dreams. It's not all about being out there because you ain't got no skill. You can't do it. Okay, well, you can do something else. And I like how how he talks to the youth about, because everybody, you know how we talk about the iceberg. They see on top of the iceberg, they see the money, the houses, the cars, the girls, all this other kind of stuff. But underneath, they don't see the hard work that goes underneath to get to the top. Okay, but what if you can't do that? But you can you can work for ESPN, like he said, you can be a sports doctor, sports analyst, or whatever, and still get to the top and have those things. People want to get there quick, but they don't. Like Kevin Hart said, everybody want to be famous, but nobody want to put the work in. So he's showing them another way to get where they're trying to go, and I really like that. Change your mindset. I like that. I really like it, especially when you're talking about that customer service, honey. Because let me tell you,
man, I'm telling you, they need the world needs better customer service right now. Man, listen.
Yes.
Some of them people,
Yes,
some of the nastiest
Lord.
people. I'm telling you, they so nasty.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Listen, when you can put me back in the queue, I'll wait for somebody else because you ain't right today. You need to go back to sleep and wake back up on the other side of the bed.
For real, yeah. But and you know what, man? That percentage of people that he talked about that don't like their job, that's a big percentage. That's a big percentage. You're talking about 85 to 90% of people, and these are people you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And it's almost like, it's almost like, can you really expect them to be positive? You know what I mean? If you are going into the door where you don't like your job, I'm sure we all can find something that we like about it because we can do it. I'm fortunate and blessed to say I like my job. I actually like and love my job. You know what I mean? And so I'm fortunate for that. But like that's a huge. I didn't know that percentage was that high. But then it make a lot of sense when you see like a lot of the negativity in most jobs. You know, they'll tell you that morale is low. People are just kind of functioning day to day, and it's almost like robotic. Like I'm just here to take care of my responsibilities. Military, go home. Yeah. But job you spend most of your time on a job. You spend 8, sometimes 12, sometimes 16 hours. And if you're in a toxic, negative, that's influencing you and your mind every day. You know what I mean? What was you going to say?
Well, everybody can, everybody know one thing they like about their job. They like them checks.
That's
every
right.
2 weeks, baby. Thankfully, get in my account. That's the only thing I like about it.
Right. Yeah, but you know something though. Sadly enough, money is not going to be it's not going to be a good motivator. You know what I mean?
I know that's
but they do like them checks though. You're right though.
They like them checks. Okay,
they like them
that's
checks.
what they like.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, great interview, man.
Yeah, fabulous.
Yeah, it was a great interview.
We can go on and talk about him all day because he is like that and a bag of potato chips, peanut butter potato chips at that.
Watch out, Nikee Mary. Watch out, man. Watch out now.
No.
I'm playing with you, Nikee. I'm playing with you, Nikee. I'm just playing.
Don't make me reach for you. Don't make me reach for you, okay?
I know. You might have to go pull out your knife. I know you'll pull out your
I will cut you. I will cut you. I'm just playing. Real quick.
Nikee, you know I'm a comic. You know I'm a comic.
I know you're a comic. I know you're a comic.
I try.
No.
I'm a no frills comic. Like remember the black and white stereo block? That's me. Like I'm not professional. I just be trying at it. You know what I mean?
Well, we better go on to the next segment before you get locked up.
Okay. All right. So that was just jokes. I'm just picking on Nikee.
Yes.
Nikee is one of the most upstanding people I know. Trust me. I trust Nikee with my back.
Yes, I am. I answer to a higher power. That's right. I answer to a higher power, and he would be very upset with me. And I ain't trying to be on the list, because I like some blessings that he keeps bringing down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I got you. I second that. Yeah. Well, anyway, it was a really great interview.
Yes,
a lot of fun, man.
Yes,
high vibrations and stuff like that. And so, though it's hard to take a break, we gonna take a break?
Yep. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be time for news and sports.
I want y'all to help us. Come on, rise to your feet. I've got evidence. Say it. I've got it. I've got confidence. I'm a conqueror. I know that I win. I know who I am. Say it, come on. I know identity. My name is victory. Say victory. That's my name. Victory. I know who I am. Victory. That's my name. Victory. I know who I am. Everybody just say, I know who I am. Lift it up, say, I know who I am. Everybody say, I know who I am.
Scholars Professional Editing Firm consists of a specialized group of academic doctors, editors, and statisticians that keep doctoral candidates moving through the academic doctoral process. The Scholars Group accepts doctoral dissertations, capstone projects, premise, research studies, research proposals, and oral defense preparations and presentations. The Scholars offer both qualitative and quantitative research assistant data analysis, dissertation editing, writing support, and mentorship through their bootcamp 8-week online program. The Scholars Professional Editing Group will keep you moving. So for more information, visit www.thescholarsedititing.com. That's www.thescholarsedititing.com. Or contact Dr. Tamika Haynes at 281-315-6053.
All right. All right, so you know what time it is. So now it's time for news and sports.
All right, so in sports, on a somber note, Hank Aaron, longtime baseball home run king and Hall of Famer with the Braves, died at age 86. Hammer and Hank clubbed in 755 home runs in his illustrious career. Of course, we know that was broken by Barry Bonds, but people put a question mark behind Barry Bonds with the alleged, steroid use and things like that. But 755 home runs in Hank Aaron's era was unheard of. It really was unheard of. But anyway, Hank Aaron, legendary slugger and Hall of Famer, died at the age of 86. The Atlanta Braves announced last Friday morning. CBS 46 in Atlanta first reported the news. Aaron established himself as an inner circle all-time great during the course of his 23-year career with the Milwaukee Braves, Atlanta Braves, and Milwaukee Brewers from 1954 to 1976. In said career, Aaron hit .305/.374/.55, which is 155 OPS plus, with 624 doubles, 755 home runs, 2,297 RBIs, 2,174 runs, 3,771 hits, and 240 stolen bases. That is legendary. He retired as the all-time home run leader and held the record for decades. He's still the all-time leader in RBIs and total bases. He also holds the record for the most All-Star games at 25 and the most seasons as an All-Star at 21. For a stretch, MLB held 2 All-Star games per year. The 1957 NL MVP, Aaron also won 3 Golden Gloves and 2 batting titles while leading the league in home runs 4 times, RBIs 4 times, runs 3 times, hits twice, doubles 4 times, slugging 4 times, and OPS 3 times. He won the World Series with the 1957 Braves and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in his first try in 1982. The biggest moment most remember of Aaron's career was surpassing Babe Ruth's 714 career home runs on April 8, 1974. Here's the great Vin Scully on the call. He actually gave a call, play-by-play on that. I'm not going to read that. But in terms of those career stats, Aaron stacks up as well as anyone. He's 4th in history in runs, 3rd in hits, 13th in doubles, 2nd in home runs, 1st in RBI, 27th in walks, 24th in OPS plus, first in total bases, first in extra base hits, 7th in times on base, 4th in intentional walks. He's even 4th in sacrifice flies. So there are few who can even come close to the type of statistical powers Aaron put together on the field. For example, he's one of just 3 players with at least 2,000 runs, 2,000 RBIs. That's Babe Ruth and Alex Rodriguez. And try this one. He leads in total bases. His lead in total bases is 722. Among positions players, Aaron ranks 5th in career WAR behind Barry Bonds, Ruth, Willie Mays, and Ty Cobb. Aaron's prestigious offense wasn't relegated to regular season play. In 17 postseason games, he hit .362/.405 /.710 with 6 home runs and 16 RBIs. The 1957 World Series title was the first for the Braves since moving to Milwaukee from Boston. During that series, Aaron went 11 for 28 with a triple and 3 homers. No one else on his team had more than 5 hits, and Aaron drove home 7 of the Braves' 22 runs. And in 1969 NLCS, the Braves were swept by the Mets in 3 games, but Aaron went 5 for 14 with 2 doubles and 3 homers while driving home 7 of the Brewers' 15 runs. But with all this said, in addition to all his baseball accolades, Aaron was awarded the Presidential Citizen Medal by President Bill Clinton in 2001 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President George W. Bush in 2002. Aaron now has an award named for him, as the Hank Aaron Award is given to the best hitter in each league each season by Major League Baseball. And he only wasn't just one of the great, if not the greatest, baseball ever. He was an exemplary human off the field, carrying a modest decorum to his final days. Current Astros manager Dusty Baker came up with the Braves in 1964 and played with the already legendary Aaron through 1974. Friday, Baker told the Astros reporter Brian McTaggart, Aaron was second only to my dad, and my dad meant the world to me. He also was a pioneer in activism. He also faced a lot of racism during his time. So was other African-American icons like Muhammad Ali and Bill Russell. So he was a definite staple not only of baseball and African-American history, but our generation. So we say rest in peace to Hammer and Hank Aaron. Thank you for all the memories. Even those who did not get a chance to see him play knew of him because his legend carried over from decade to decade, from generation to generation. And he inspired so many people of all races, creeds, and colors. Rest in peace, Hank Aaron, and our thoughts and prayers go out to you and his family.
Yeah. I heard about that. I was like, wow. Yeah. Such a loss right there. Such a loss.
Yep, absolutely.
Such a loss.
Absolutely.
All right. Yep. Well, in news, listen, we got our new president. Joe Biden is the 46th president of the United States of America, and Kamala Harris is the 49th vice president of the United States of America. But here's the thing. Not only were everyone focused on Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, but let me tell you, President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama came through, honey. She had on this purple with this gold ensemble belt thing. She was looking sharp. I'm going to tell you right now, it was all about the coats. It was all about the color purple. And from what I understand, Ked, wow, it was set up that way for a reason, to show unity. The coat that Kamala had on was blue, and the coat that Joe Biden's wife, the new FLOTUS, had on, she had on like a lighter blue, and that was all done for a reason, to show unity in the White House, unity in the country. But here's the thing. Not only was the highlights on President Obama and his wife and President Joe Biden and his wife, but it was also on, remember the African-American man who led the people away from Nancy Pelosi's office? Remember him?
Yeah.
He got an upgrade in what? His position. Yes, y'all, he is the new He is the acting deputy sergeant at arms, and he was the one who escorted out President Barack Obama and Michelle.
Wow.
So, because of his act of bravery and dealing with the people who had stormed the Capitol, he got a new position. And not only that, but the poem, a young lady, Amanda Gorman, the poem that Amanda did, everyone is talking about that, and she is the youngest inaugural poet in United States history.
Wow, nice.
History. Nice. And that poem, let me tell you, that poem she did, everyone said that poem was so touching. It was so needed. It was so needed. And so everyone's talking about that poem. And if you did not get a chance to hear it, it's posted all over Instagram. You can hear it. It's all over YouTube. You can hear it. Go hear this young lady's words. Go ahead, and here's the thing, Kev. She said that she started the poem, right? But she stopped. She stopped. And when the people started storming the Capitol, and they were allowed to storm the Capitol, she had to go back and do some rewrites.
Oh,
and
wow.
This is what she said. Yes, and this is what she came up with. Isn't that something?
She had to do the remix.
She had to do the remix. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
She had to do the remix. And everyone also is talking about Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders came in. He sat in his chair. You know, all the memes right now are going around social media of Bernie with his mask on and his gloves, and he's sitting in his little chair with his legs crossed and everything. So everybody is posting Bernie Sanders all over the place with the memes. It was a good inauguration. I don't know who said something bad about it, but it was really good. And I'm going to tell you right now, Biden did not waste any time in the office. He got in there and he signed some orders in the place that we're going to be seeing. And I'm going to tell you, and what I like about what he was doing, as he was signing, he was telling you what he was signing.
Okay.
He was making mention to what he was signing and what it was for. And I like that. What you signing? What is it for? And he was saying that. He was saying that. Right. And who was standing right beside him? Kamala. She was there. He was right there. She was right there with him. So and that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. And of course somebody had to throw something slick in there, a slick question up in there, and he pumped the brakes on that question real quick. He's like, come on with that. And he walked out. I was like, okay.
Right.
Okay,
yeah. Wait, that's right. You gotta remember, he's from Delaware, man. You know what I mean? He's from Delaware.
Yeah, he was like, come on with that. And homie was like, all right, bye. Like, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
He ain't waste no time. That's time. Right. And one of the things that he signed was to get more vaccines out. That's what that's one of the things he signed. So, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing up in there. And like I said, that was day one, but like I said, he didn't waste any time. And he said he'll get to other stuff later, but right now his main focus is trying to put this country back together and get these vaccines out and get people working again. That's his main focus, and that's what he's going to focus on. And him and Kamala, they're working on doing it. And let me tell you right now, Flawless, Dr. Jill Biden, she ain't wasting any time either. She started setting up her meetings. You see her all on Instagram having meetings and different things like that. She ain't wasting no time either. She's not wasting any time either. So they both are getting in there and they're getting to work. They're getting to work. So, they're getting to work. And that's what we need. Get in there, attack the issue that we're facing right now, which is this virus and people out of work. And that's what he's doing. And I can't, in news, in sports, without talking about Larry King. Larry King has passed away.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Larry King has passed away. So we want to, the Kevin and Nikee Show, on behalf of the Kevin and Nikee Show, we want to send our condolences. Yeah. Larry King is gone. And that was a shock because, it's just some people that you think are going to be around forever. Every time you see Larry King, he's bent over that desk with them blue lights in the background. So he is gone,
Yeah, it's one of those things where there were a lot of people who were staples of our lives, staples of our generation. Larry King was definitely one of them. Hank Aaron was definitely one of them. And it's just like, you know, it's just like it's like life is changing so much so that those people who were staples of our generation, of our time, of our life, they became imprinted into our lives. Like, you know, just like how you just described. You remember those blue lights behind the desk and him leaning over forward kind of with his head kind of down, but his eyes were up looking into the camera. And he had that kind of like, you know, that kind of like calm deportment, you know, and things like that. But, man, it's just, you know, it's just one of the things where it just forces you to not only have to face and deal with our own mortality, but you start to realize that, you know, wow, as you see people who are staples of our generation pass away, that, you know, we're getting older as well, and life is changing. So, definitely send our condolences out to the King family. And, just sad news.
Yeah. And we don't want to continue on without saying that, you know, Tuesday was the anniversary of the 1-year anniversary of Kobe Bryant, Gigi, and the other people who died in the plane crash. Everybody know we lost our dear Kobe Bryant, Gigi, and a lot of others on January 26, 2020. So yesterday was the anniversary of their deaths. So we want to, you know, send our condolences out to the Bryant family and send our condolences out to the other members in that plane crash who lost their lives just 1 year ago yesterday.
Yeah, you know, that's just so interesting, Nick, because it just seemed like a year has flown by. It just seemed like it just wasn't that long ago when we was watching it on the news. Like I said, I didn't know Kobe personally, but I did have the chance to you know, meet him and play against him in Sixers camp, and had a chance to guard him, you know, while we were out there. And he scored on me, as I always tell people. I'm not ashamed to tell people that he scored on me, because he would have scored on you too, your uncle, your sister, and your aunt at the same time. Trust me, this guy was the real deal at age 17, and it does not surprise me. 5 championships and the many, many more accolades that came with it. But I walked up to him after, you know, Sixers camp and shook his hand and said, "God bless you, man." He said, "Thank you." Humbly he said, "Thank you very much." But, you know, we lost an icon and we lost some good people, you know, in that tragic accident. And, you know, sometimes I drive down the street, man, and I just, you know, you just for some odd reason, you just say, man, I just can't believe Kobe did. You know, as a fan of the NBA, a fan of basketball players, and plus him being from our area, you know, I just find myself just maybe I'm driving somewhere and that thought just come in my mind, like I just can't believe that he's dead. And not that we can believe that anyone has passed away, but like I said, once again, people become so ingrained in the fiber of who we are, our lives. People become our heroes and things like that, and it becomes such a loss for us. It's almost like us as actors, you know, when we go to the movies, and we as an actor, of course, we watch movies differently now that we know what's going on. But you know, we escape into movies as well, and we identify with characters. Like, we think about those franchises, like, say, Fast and Furious, and technically speaking, we're rooting for the villains, who are Dominic Toretto. They're criminals, but yet they've grown on us so much that we're, like, cheering for them, and we're, like, rooting for them to get away and for Hobbs not to catch them. Of course, he later joined, but we're cheering for him, and it's kind of like that's what Kobe was, and that's what Hank Aaron was, and that's what Larry King was. They were people who were just ingrained in our lives through what they did and what they achieved, and at the highest level. And you know, we were kind of, they became like family. You know, they became like family. You know, even though, you know, they weren't maybe our technical family, they became like family. And you know, we, like, as an actor, we grow to get to know the characters so much so that you kind of feel like, you know, they're family sometimes, and because they're so ingrained. Like, you know, we had Lester Viz on the show, and we was like, man, that's my uncle right there, you know, because that's kind of the effect that people have on you when you're watching them on TV and you see them excelling at their craft on a high level, and creating,
right.
Yeah, and creating motivation and inspiration in you to do what you do, and so it's just once again just yet another sad loss, and appreciate you definitely mentioning that. And like I said, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody who died in that tragic accident a year ago. Yeah. Yeah,
we don't want to move on without, paying our respects to all of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, that's it. That is all I got in news. That is all I got in news.
All right. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be time for my favorite part of the show. We're going to find out what is bothering Nikee. It's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, and we will be right back.
Yeah.
I've never known anyone to love me
All right. So we are back. So, yeah, now it's time for my favorite part of the show. We're going to find out what's bothering Nikee. What's bothering you, Nick? It's going to be kind of hard for stuff to be bothering you with all this high vibration, motivation, inspiration. But anyway, what's bothering you?
This is my first problem of the year. This is my first problem of the year, and hopefully, because we're operating on a high vibration only, it will be the last. Listen, I know that everybody is not going to be in agreement. I know that there's going to be some differences, and there's going to be some differences of opinion. And I know that everybody is not going to like everybody. I do know that. But there is no reason whatsoever for you to disrespect someone that you don't know and call them out their name.
Yeah.
There is no reason whatsoever. Parents taught us a long time ago, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. And there is no reason for you to come when somebody mention a person's name for you to call them out their name. You don't know that person.
Yeah.
You didn't sleep with that person. You didn't wake up with that person. You don't live in that person's household. You have no type of personal ties with that person at all. So because of that, keep your comments to yourself. Keep your mouth shut and go on about your business. If you don't like the person, you just don't like them. If you don't like their political views, you just don't like them. But keep that to yourself. Okay? Keep that to yourself. You don't need to share that.
Right.
I had to unfriend someone that I worked with, for a long time in the acting community because I don't know if you guys saw it, but I posted a post on the Kevin Nikee show page, and the only thing I said in the post was, little girls everywhere will now know that they can be anything they want to be. Now, here's what I did not say. I did not say little black girls.
Right.
Little girls. I said little girls, meaning all of us.
Right.
All of our babies, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, it don't matter. Little girls everywhere will now know that they can be anything they want to be. Now, here's the thing. We've never in the history of these United States had a female vice president.
Yeah.
Never. Now, we have had women in the White House, but they were the wives of the men in the White House.
Right.
But we've never had a female hold that office, let alone a female of color. Okay? But the color wasn't pointed out. What was pointed out was the fact that she was female. She's a woman. And her being in that White House, her holding that office, it opens the door for little girls everywhere, women everywhere. It opens the door. And that's what this person, small-minded person, did not understand. That's what this small-minded person did not get.
Yeah.
That it opens the door for women anywhere. This small-minded person didn't even understand that it opens the door for his wife.
Right. Wow, that's powerful.
Okay.
That hit home right there. That was home run right there. That was home run.
You know what I'm saying?
That was Hank Aaron out the park, Nick. That was Hank Aaron out the park right there.
That's it. That's all I got.
I'm
gonna end on that.
You know what, Nick? You was bothering Nikee, man. You've been taking it to another level lately, man. You've been taking the vibration and putting it with the what's bothering Nikee. You've been going to another level, man. Between you and Chris, I'm gonna take up an offer for both of y'all, man. Split it down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing y'all thing, man. But what I'm saying is, you're a passionate person. You share what you share with passion. It's like your passion is going to a higher level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're passionate with people. I felt that. You know what I'm saying? So I know the listeners around the world they felt that too. So it's like, yeah, that was ain't nothing else. You can drop the mic after that. Ain't nothing else to be said. Yeah,
change your mindset. Change your mindset, save your life. There you go.
That's it. That's what's bothering me. Say it again. Change your mindset, change your life.
Change your mindset, save your life. That's it.
Save your life. Okay, I got it.
Save
change
your
your mindset. Yeah, save your life. I like it.
That's it.
I like
That's it.
All
That's
right.
all I got. That's it.
That was powerful. Yeah.
That's it. All right. So we're going to take another break, and when we come back, it's going to be time for my favorite part of the show, Kevin's Corner. We're going to keep the high vibration train moving, choo-choo. When we come back, it's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, and we'll be right back.
In the morning.
You're listening to the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. All right.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been, and you know what, Nick. This is. I mean, just by way of quick comment, you can operate on a high vibration and motivate and inspire by correcting, and that's what you was doing with bothering Nikee. You know, sometimes we think that it's always about, you know, telling people the good things that they're doing, and we know that's a great part of it. But it's a good thing to be rebuked sometimes, because it'll cause introspection and for us to think about the things that we said, think about the things that we did. So that was some high vibration stuff, man. I'm still not letting that go just yet. I know we're about to get into Kevin's Corner, but that was some high vibration stuff you just shared.
I
man.
mean,
change your mind, save your life. I like it.
Yeah, because we have to have some correction going on. Listen, brother, you're wrong. You were wrong.
Yeah.
You were wrong for that. You were wrong. Right. And that's why no comments were made from the person, again, on that post, because they know, hold up. They were wrong. They were wrong. You know, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's no more playing games. I'm gonna start calling you out on your wrongness.
Yeah.
And I want the same in return. Hey, Nikee, you were wrong about that. Okay, cool. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. If my friendship means more to you than anything, then you need to be fixing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You need to be working on it. What you said wasn't cool. It wasn't cool at all. It wasn't cool. It was very disrespectful. It wasn't cool. You know, and so it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed. So, change your mindset, save your life.
I like it. Well, you know what? Look, we might have to just skip Kevin's Corner this week.
No, we are not skipping Kevin's Corner. I look forward to Kevin's Corner every week. No, we are not.
All right. Well, go ahead. Take it away.
All right. So now it's time for my favorite part of the show, Kevin's Corner.
All right. So we are going to keep the high vibration train moving. Chris started. He was driving. We just going to keep it moving. But, we in week number 94. And this thing, once again, here's confirmation again that I know that what we're saying, we're supposed to be saying. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we do our research. We do our work in advance. And, you know, when it's time to bring it on the show, we bring it on the show. We don't know what our guests are going to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Nikee's going to share. Nikee doesn't know what I'm going to share. We love the unscriptedness about our show, and that keeps that good high vibration flavor going. But I got two more characteristics, man. We still dealing with signs that one is operating on a high vibration and frequency in life. Like I said, week 94, we're going to look at characteristics number 150 and 151. You inspire others. Well, how fitting is that for this show? Okay? Inspiring others is about making someone feel that they want to do something, and sometimes it will make them feel like you want to do something less, you know, a la what's bothering Nikee. But most of all, it makes you feel like you can do it, okay? His confident leadership inspired his followers, for example. It means to make someone have a particular strong feeling or reaction or action about doing, being, becoming, and achieving something. It means to fill with an animating, quickening, or exalting influence. And what we got here on the show between Chris, what's bothering Nikee, Kevin, we're just giving you an animated, quickening, or exalting influence. And when you finish this to this show, you're going to start saying, man, you know, it's something I know I can do, something I want to do, something I'm going to do. All right? Next characteristic, you motivate others. So not only do you inspire others, you motivate others. So motivating others is about motivating people to act. So, you know, inspiration is about giving them that feeling. Motivating them is about getting them to act on the feeling. All right? So motivating others is about moving people to act in a way that achieves a specific and or immediate goal. So when we are motivating people to do something, they may not necessarily want to do it, but we have to offer them something that they want in return. So when coaches give their teams a pep talk during halftime, they're using motivation, man. So, listen, we want to encourage people out there, continue to inspire and motivate people, and most of all, it's all wrapped up in love. That's all I got.
Yes,
oh, Kevin's Corner. That's it. That's all I got.
Yes, love it, love it, love it. Yes. What is that?
That was my choo-choo, choo-choo. Chicka, keep chugging along. Yeah.
You know what, you get on my nerves. Wow. All right, yeah. Put it out there.
All right, Kevin and Nikee show, listening land. Listen, we want to thank you guys from the top, middle, and bottom of our heart for tuning in to another exciting guest, another exciting show, another exciting week with a lot of hot topics, great music, and most of all, we know you've been encouraged, motivated, and inspired. And we want to tell you, if I can borrow from my brother who we had on the show, the Mr. Wolf himself, go and be great. So I got to give credit where I got that from. You got the Wolf family, Mr. Wolf out there, man. He tells people go and be great. So I want to borrow from that because I don't want to plagiarize. Go and be great. So listen, I'm actor Kevin D. Benton. You can find me on Facebook, Kevin D. Benton, on Twitter at Kevin D. Benton, on Instagram, actor Kevin D. Benton. And I failed to say that we do what we do for you, and we can't do it without you.
That's right.
And you can find us on YouTube, actor Kevin D. Benton, and actress Nikee Warren.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Nikee Warren, on Twitter at Nikee Warren, on the gram. Hello, I'm Nikee. That's spelled HELLOIMNIKEE. You can find our show, The Kevin Nikee Show, on Facebook at Kevin Nikee Show on Twitter, and The Kevin Nikee Show on the gram. We always keep it simple so that you can find us. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding our show, hit us up, KevinNikkeeShow@yahoo.com. You got any questions, comments, concerns for our special guest?
Chris B. Williams.
Hit us up, the Kevin Nikee Show @yahoo.com. Listen, we will read it to him, get the answer, and read it back. And like we always say, who knows? Your letter can be featured on our show.
Yeah.
Listen, people, change your mindset, save your life. That's it.
I like it. That's it. It's the Kevin Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We are everywhere, and we are out of here. Peace.
Intentional, never failing. I know that all things are working for my good. Yeah, she's intentional, never failing. All things are working for my good. 'Cause she's intentional. Hey, and he's never failing. All things are working for my good. He's intentional. He's never failing. All things are working. Hey, I know that all things are working for my good. Yes, they are. Yeah, I know that all things are working for my good. Working for my good. Here's why. 'Cause he's intentional. That's it. So he's intentional. He's never failing. He is. Thank you, God. 'Cause he's intentional. Never for my good. Yes, they are. He's intentional. Yeah. failing. Sing that out, sing all
things are working for my good.
'Cause he's intentional.
He's intentional.
Hey, and he's never failing.
Never failing.
All things are working for my good. Hey, all things are working for my good.
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 All right, hands up, say, we can smile 'cause we know it's working. Through the hurt and the pain, I know it's working for my good. I know it's working for my good. This is my part. I don't have to worry 'cause it's working for me. Yeah, it's working for me. Yeah, and I believe it's working for me. I can smile again, and I don't have to worry 'cause it's working for me. Yeah, it's working for me. Yeah, it's working for me. Come on, sing that out, say that.
I don't have to worry 'cause
It's working for me. Yeah, it's working for me.
it's working for me.
I can hold my head up.
It's working
Hey,
for me.
get your confidence back. See, I don't have to worry. It's working for me. Hey, my faith is rising now.
It's working for me.
And although I can't see how,
It's working for me.
I know that he's intentional. Yes, he is. Hey, he's been doing it for a long time. Hey, he's been doing it for a long time. Hey, and I can give him my trust now, 'cause I can give him my praise now, 'cause hey, he's intentional. And he's never failing.
You have been listening to the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio.